Have you ever felt like your brain is working against you? Like no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to break free from your comfort zone. Or maybe you find yourself constantly chasing happiness but never quite reaching it. Well, you're not alone. In this video, we're going to uncover some uncomfortable truths about how our brains can be our own worst enemies. Why do we get stuck in laziness? Why do we crave instant gratification, even when we know it's not good for us? And here's the kicker, it's not just you. The world around us, including governments and big corporations, wants to keep you in this cycle of comfort and ignorance. They want you to stay in debt and remain poor. But don't worry, we're here to break it all down. We'll explore why our brains are wired this way, how society exploits these tendencies, and most importantly, how you can take control and start living the life you truly deserve. Ever wondered why self-discipline feels so hard? Or why do you keep falling for the same traps over and over again? Stay tuned, because we're going to answer these questions and more. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to stop your brain from sabotaging you and start making real progress in your life. So, if you're ready to break free from the chains of comfort, laziness, and instant gratification, and if you want to understand the real reasons behind your struggles, you're in the right place. Let's dive into the truth about how your brain is working against you and how you can turn the tide in your favor. But before that, make sure you've subscribed to our channel. Alright, let's kick things off with our brain's obsession with the comfort zone. Picture this, it's a cozy Saturday afternoon. You've got your favorite snacks, your favorite show is on, and life is good. Why bother doing anything else, right? Here's the thing, our brains are wired to seek comfort and avoid discomfort. Back in the caveman days, this made sense. Sticking to familiar routines meant staying safe and alive. But in today's world, this same instinct can seriously hold us back. You see, the comfort zone is all about minimizing risk and maximizing safety. But real growth? That happens in the growth zone, where you're pushing boundaries and trying new things. The problem is that our brains are like overprotective parents. They're constantly telling us to play it safe, even when we need to take risks to grow. Next up, let's talk about instant gratification. Why is it that we reach for the cookie instead of the apple? Or why do we binge watch Netflix instead of finishing that project? Blame it on dopamine, the feel-good hormone. Whenever we do something that gives us a quick reward, our brain releases a burst of dopamine. It's like a little party in our heads. But here's the catch, this party doesn't last long. Studies show that instant gratification is addictive. Our brains love those quick hits of pleasure, even if they're bad for us in the long run. This is why we keep choosing the easy, fun option over the hard. It's like our brains are stuck on a permanent sugar high. And it's not just about food or entertainment. Think about how social media apps are designed. Every like, every comment, and every notification is a little hit of dopamine. No wonder we're glued to our screens. Now let's tackle the whole happiness thing. We're always chasing after it, the perfect job, the perfect relationship, the perfect life. But why does it seem so elusive? Here's a mind-blowing fact, happiness isn't about having more stuff or more fun. It's about having meaningful experiences and connections. Research shows that experiences bring more lasting happiness than material possessions. So why do we keep falling for the trap? Because our brains are wired to seek short-term pleasure, not long-term fulfillment. We think buying that new gadget or going on that exotic vacation will make us happy forever. But in reality, the joy fades and we're left wanting more. This constant chase for happiness can lead to poor life choices. We end up in a cycle of consumerism, always looking for the next big thing to fill the void. And the worst part, it's exhausting and never-ending. Alright, let's get a bit controversial. It's not just our brains that are messing with us. Society and governments play a huge role in keeping us stuck too. Think about it, why are we constantly bombarded with ads telling us to buy more, spend more, and consume more? Because there's a whole system designed to keep us in debt and poverty. The more we spend, the more we owe, and the harder it is to break free. Did you know that the average American household carries over $8,000 in credit card debt? And that's just the beginning. Payday loans, high interest rates, and other financial traps are all designed to keep us paying and paying and paying. And governments? They benefit from this too. The economy relies on consumer spending. The more we spend, the more the economy grows. So there's little incentive to change this system. It's a vicious cycle that keeps us stuck, and our brains are complicit in keeping us there. Let's dive into some of the behaviors that keep us trapped. Procrastination, poor financial habits, unhealthy lifestyle choices. Sound familiar? These behaviors are often driven by ignorance and a lack of awareness. We don't realize how much they're holding us back until it's too late. And even when we do, it's hard to change because our brains resist it. Have you ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect? It's when people overestimate their knowledge and skills, leading to poor decisions. We think we know what we're doing, but in reality, we're just digging ourselves deeper into a hole. Ignorance isn't bliss, it's a barrier to growth. The first step to breaking free is recognizing these patterns and understanding how they're sabotaging us. Only then can we start making real changes. Okay, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about how to break free from these patterns and take control of our lives. The good news? It's totally possible. The not so good news? It takes work. First, we need to rewire our brains. This means building new habits and breaking old ones. And guess what? The brain is super adaptable. Neuroscience shows that with practice we can change the way we think and behave. Here are some practical steps. Number 1, Mindfulness, start paying attention to your thoughts and behaviors. Notice when you're falling into old patterns and consciously choose to act differently. Number 2, set long-term goals. Focus on what you want to achieve in the long run, not just the immediate reward. Break these goals down into smaller, manageable steps. Number 3, build self-discipline. This is key. Practice delaying gratification and sticking to your plans, even when it's hard. Remember, the more you do it, the easier it gets. There's a popular rule called the 21/90ths rule. It takes 21 days to form a habit and 90 days to make it a lifestyle. So start small, be consistent, and give yourself time. Need some inspiration? Let's look at some real-life success stories. These are people who were stuck, just like you, but managed to turn their lives around. Take Sarah, for example. She was trapped in a dead-end job, living paycheck to paycheck, but she decided to make a change. She started learning new skills, setting long-term goals, and practicing self-discipline. Today, she's running her own successful business and living the life she always dreamed of. Or consider Mike, who struggled with procrastination and poor health habits. He started small, practicing mindfulness, making healthier choices, and gradually building new habits. Now, he's in the best shape of his life and more productive than ever. These stories show that change is possible. It's not easy, but with the right mindset and strategies, you can break free from your brain's limitations and achieve your goals. All right, time for some QA. Here are a few questions. First, how do I start building self-discipline? Great question. Start with small, manageable tasks. For example, commit to a 5-minute daily workout or read a few pages of a book every day. Gradually increase the difficulty as you build your discipline muscle. Second, what if I fail and fall back into old habits? Don't worry, setbacks are part of the process. The key is to get back on track as soon as possible. Remember, consistency is more important than perfection. And third, how can I stay motivated? Find your why, understand why you want to make these changes, and keep that reason in mind. Surround yourself with supportive people and keep track of your progress to stay motivated. Keep the questions coming, and I'll be sure to address them in future videos. Your engagement means a lot and helps build our community of growth-minded individuals. So, what have we learned today? Our brains are wired to keep us in our comfort zones, crave instant gratification, and chase short-term happiness. Society and governments play a role in keeping us stuck, and our own behaviors and ignorance don't help either. But here's the thing, you have the power to change this. By understanding these patterns and taking practical steps to rewire your brain, you can break free and start living the life you truly deserve. Don't just take my word for it, try it out for yourself. Start small, be consistent, and watch as your life begins to transform. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on self-improvement and personal growth. And leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll dive even deeper into how you can take control of your mind and your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Remember, you have the power to change your life, one small step at a time. Until next time, stay curious, stay motivated, and keep pushing those boundaries. See you soon.